It's Reverend Bill with your God Call.
I have often mentioned that you are the bright light of God's love shining in a way that is unique and wonderful, and specifically you. But you are not just the light, you are delight. You are delightful. You are a wonderful and spectacular and delightful way that God's love is revealing itself right here and right now in every moment and in everything that you do. You are a delight, the bright light of divine love.
Good morning or evening, friends. Here's your friendly announcer. I have serious news to pass on to everybody. What I'm about to say could spell the world's disaster, could change your joy and laughter to tears and pain. It's that love's in need of love today. Don't delay, send it in right away, because hate's going round, bringing many hearts. Stop it, please, before it's gone too far. A force of evil plans to make you its possession, and it will if we let it destroy everybody. We all must take precautionary measures. If love and peace you treasure, you'll hear me when I say it's that love's in need of love today. Don't delay, send it in right away, because hate's going round, bringing many hearts. Stop it, please, before it's gone too far. You know that love's in need of love today. Don't delay, send it in right away, because hate's going round, breaking many hearts. Stop it, please, before it's gone too far. You know that love's in need of love today. Yes. Don't delay, send it in right away, because hate's going around, breaking many hearts. Stop it, please, before it's gone too far. No, 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 no.
Thank you, Avi. Oh, so wonderful to have you here today. And good morning, New Thought Philadelphia. We are celebrating Pride Month. This is a day that we get to do that. Our guest speaker is Reverend Dr. Harold Brock Forward, who is so committed to this that he was on the call with us at 6:30 in the morning his time. He's, I'd say he's in San Francisco. He actually moved across the bay from San Francisco, but we're based in Philadelphia. So San Francisco, Oakland, it's all the same place. I'm looking forward to hearing from you, my friend. The rest of you, we're on Zoom this week, as we are every week. Sometimes we're also in person, like we were last Sunday. But you know the rules on Zoom. Keep yourself muted, except when you're going to be sharing or when we're going to be making a big, loud, joyous noise together, like right now. Go ahead and unmute And if you care to repeat after me, I open myself to love.
I
open
open myself
to
to
love.
I
love.
open myself to joy.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to the awareness of the good surrounding me.
I open myself to the awareness
of the good
surrounding me.
surrounding me.
I know love is at hand right here and right now.
I know love is at hand
Right
here.
here,
right
now.
Right now.
And so it is.
So it is.
So it is.
All right, dive in on that mute button one more time as I remind you that New Thought Philadelphia is an open and loving community of spiritual adventurers, welcoming each person to experience their divine nature in an empowering space of unconditional love. Whatever path you've been on, whatever brought you to our Zoom today, wherever you're heading next, we have been expecting you, and welcome home. We believe that there's one power, love, intelligence, force that creates everything, including each of us, and that we're each using that same power, love, intelligence, or force to create our lives according to our beliefs. The way that we like to say it around here, your new life begins with a new thought. So if you have more than the electronic device that you're watching or participating in the celebration on, which is highly likely these days, you can go ahead and turn it on mute or shush or close the door or unplug or whatever it is that you do so that you can focus your attention within and we can focus on our spiritual connection, the network that we have with each other and with the infinite. I'm Bill Marchione. I'm the spiritual director here at New Thought Philadelphia. Our music today is our friend Avi Wisnia, and the practitioners for the celebration are Breen Rourke, RScP, and Joe Catanzaro, RScP. And I do want to say happy Father's Day to everybody who is here, because it's also Father's Day today. If you are a father, please raise your hand so we can acknowledge you. There you go. If you have or had a father, please raise your hand so we can love and acknowledge you. There you go. Yeah. Joe is going to begin our celebration the way we begin everything, with a practical prayer.
Oh, good. I'm unmuted.
There you
Good
go.
morning, everyone. Take a breath. And continuing with Reverend Bill's beginning, that our new life begins with a new thought, and that there was one power, love, intelligence. Along with that power, love, intelligence, there's a universal body and a universal mind. And we are that universal body. Each one of us, every life form we share this planet with, is that universal body. And we are that one mind, that one universal mind. It flows through all minds from that one. So appearances may tell us that somebody's over there and I'm over here, but we are all one. And we need to, we open up to that. We open up to that and allow that flow of spirit to run between us and everything else, and back to that one mind, and share that connection. We gather today to celebrate that connection, celebrate it to remind ourselves of the truth of who we really are, indwelled by that one mind, that power, that spirit. And we allow it to work through us. So I am grateful for everyone here, for all of the good that we create, all of the light that we shine, all of the skills and the talent that we share, and for the willingness to celebrate this together, bringing more good into our own lives and spreading it around as far as it'll go. So for each one here, I'm grateful for everything we do together today. I'm grateful for everything that will result from what we do here today. I am grateful for all the love and all the sharing and the wisdom that we gain. So I claim all of this for each one here. I know it is so, because the law always says yes. And I release my word to the law to let it say that yes. And so it is.
Thank you, Joe. So the reason that we do a prayer is because it actually changes the experience of life that we're having. So this is the time in the celebration where we like to share our prayer work story. So if you have a prayer that you've been doing and it's been working, go ahead and raise your hand and get a chance to share that. I have one for this morning, but I want to give somebody else a chance first. Go ahead, Joe.
So, I don't know if this is not something I specifically prayed for, but it's the culmination or a sign that I'm on the right path here. So, I went into work the other day, and as most of you know, I'm a nurse, and I get my assignment, and I'm like, ugh, why did they call me for this? Why do I have to see this person? I look everything up, and then I can moan about it, and then I go out there and I get into the room, and I'm happy to see the person, and invariably, it's happening more and more lately. I get to the room, and it's the patient that I really don't understand why they're calling me, and then I realize it wasn't the person to put the consult in. Somebody else called me to this room. Something else called me to this room. And it's just incredible. It's just an incredible feeling. So hopefully soon I will get to the point where I'm starting to realize this more and more. It's like, all right, instead of me complaining that of the waste of resources and getting all tied up with the system problems, nope, there's a bigger system here. And I'm right in that flow where I need to be. So
Beautiful.
thank you.
Beautiful. Perfect. Thank you. Anybody else? Breen has a prayer work story.
So I've been one of my continuing prayers is around health and fitness and well-being and whatnot. And last January, or this past January, I had my knee scoped. I tore my meniscus again, and so I had it repaired, and I've been sort of doing the rehab and getting better. And I had some trepidation about getting back into some workouts. I've been cycling and swimming again, but I haven't been running and haven't been doing any lower body lifting. But I started up again, and I did a lower body routine, and I got through it. It was not hard. Well, I mean, it was hard, but it didn't hurt my knee. And then I've had 2 running sessions. I went out on the track at the high school and did some 400, 200 repeats, which might not mean anything to you guys, but I'm out. I ran for the first time in a year. And it was painful, not in my knee, but in my lungs and in my ego. But I did it. So there we go.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So I have a two-sided or two-pronged prayer work story. The first one is something you're going to hear some detail about. We are a month from now going to be getting together on a Saturday evening in Narberth for a gong bath and sound meditation. And your board of trustees has been talking about this possibly since before the pandemic. I mean, this has been percolating for a while, and finally we got the pieces coming together. I don't think it's been quite that long, but we wanted to do this for a while, and so we're going to be at Yoga Garden in Narberth, and that's an opportunity for this good to unfold. There's other stuff that's going on. We have a chance to get together in person and also virtually, and that's the answer to a prayer, because we didn't have a prayer to get that one done for the longest time, and then the pieces have finally come together. And the other one is that my prayer for a long time has been to do outreach and up-level the basically the ministry work that I'm doing and what's going on for New Thought Philadelphia. And through a confluence of events, my daughter, Tori, who grew up in the teaching and has created a consulting business of brand storytelling and helping people get their message out and user experience. So right over the plate for exactly what it is that we're looking for, and wanted nothing to do with Dad's church. Finally found herself in need of replacing her health insurance, because the health insurance he had, if something serious were to happen, basically she'd become a statistic. An unfortunate story. So she needed real health insurance, and New Thought Philadelphia has a health insurance plan, so she was buying into it, but she had to pay us every month, and she didn't want to do that. So she said, well, can I help you with your digital media and stuff if I don't have to to write you a check? It's like, sure. So she started doing that about a month ago, maybe a little more. And she has been prodding me along. So I'm finding myself doing things that I always could have done, but I wasn't doing. Like walking the dog yesterday, I did a video with a little 30-second video to post on social media. And it's the sort of thing that I could have done and I didn't do. And now I'm starting to do it. And she's asked me about, well, what are the statistics for your meditations and prayers on Insight Timer? And it's like, well, that's information that could be known, but I haven't thought about that. And here she is wanting me to take that stuff and put it into a spreadsheet. And it turns out there have been 140,000 listens to my meditations and prayers on Insight Timer with an average rating of 4.75 out of 5. So this is stuff that's wonderful that I wouldn't have known about if I didn't have that prayer answered and get prodded along and doing my stuff by my daughter, who's now really making me step up my game a little bit. So invite somebody into your life with a cattle prod and see what happens. Carla Ann is going to do the announcements for us now.
We host a 15-minute meditation on Zoom twice a day. Everyone is welcome. They're inspiring and fun and quick. Episode 105 of Reverend Bill's Practical Prayer Podcast is The Will of God. Get it where you get your podcast. Watch the live recording session online on Monday at 1 p.m. Our 6-week summer class, Adventures in Spirituality, will be on Wednesday evenings from 7 to 9. It's hybrid on Zoom and in person in Narberth beginning July 5th. We'll explore meditative practices, forgiveness, and powerful ideas of quantum spirituality and the placebo effect. Registration is open now. We heard a God call at the start of our celebration, and you can subscribe to get them on your phone 4 random times every week. Sign up for the free trial at godcall.org. Absolutely fantastic. More summer fun with New Thought Philly, a gong bath and sound meditation on Saturday, July 15th from 7 to 9 at Yoga Garden in Narberth, and our annual tie-dye party and picnic in the park on Saturday, July 22nd from 3 to 7.
And just a quick note that the gong bath and sound meditation will be on Zoom as well. We're going to live stream that. We have not figured out a way to live stream tie-dye.
Oh, wow. Follow our social media on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Join the 1,562 spiritual adventurers in our group on meetup.com. The Power of 8 Intention Circle meets on Zoom every Monday at 6:30. Also amazing. The Women's Circle meets on Zoom on the first Thursday of every month at 7 p.m. We're grateful for your tax-deductible donations by Zelle, Cash App, check, PayPal, Venmo, credit, or debit card. Thank you to the team that makes the Zoom celebrations work and has fun doing it. To join the joy, contact Sandy. Hey, Sandy. Reverend Bill does an annual Independence Day bike ride from Philly to Valley Forge. Contact him if you'd like to join in. And next Sunday is online with Love is Love. Reverend Bill suggests ways to bring more love into our lives and with a new awareness of the good that is merely a breath away. Live original music by Susan Calterno.
As usually, it's pronounced without the question mark at the end. Catania.
Catania, thank you. And Reverend Bill and the practitioners are available for professional sessions by appointment. After the celebration, Jesus is available for a quick miracle and a minute prayer. We'll leave the Zoom meeting on and open for people to talk amongst themselves. And that's that.
Thank you, Carla Ann. Yeah, and I believe that Joe is available for the Miracle in a Minute prayer, although Jesus he will be happy to interrupt his drive down to the shore to do some prayers for you as well. I'm not sure that I'm seeing anybody who's here for the first time. So usually what we do is we do a little blessing for our first time visitors. What we're going to do is a blessing for everyone who is here. So go ahead and rub your hands together. Feel some warmth, bring up the love, the awareness of the love, and send that out to everybody who is here. You are the bright light of God's love. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing that love and shining that light with us today. And welcome. So as Avi does the next song, go ahead and put your screen on gallery view, or you go into multiple view if you're on a device, and make eye contact with the people we are in community with. Avi?
Thank you very much. It is such a pleasure to be back with all of you in service, in spiritual community with you today. And there is a wonderful song that I learned. Of course, the way that I connect with people is through music. And so if you'd like to, even while you stay on mute, to sing along with me, it's a wonderful folky sing-along song that comes to us from Pete Seeger, although it's been covered by many, many people since. And it's all about what a wonderful world this could be. If we could consider each other a neighbor, a friend, or a brother, it could be a wonderful, wonderful world. It could be a wonderful world. Oh, it could be a wonderful world. If each little kid could have fresh milk each day, if all working folk had enough time to play, if each homeless soul had a good place to stay, it could be a wonderful world. Whoa, it could be a wonderful world. If we could consider each other a neighbor, a friend, or a brother, it could be a wonderful, wonderful world. It could be a wonderful world. Oh, it could be a wonderful world. If there were no poor and the rich were content, if strangers were welcomed wherever they went, if each of us knew what true brotherhood meant, it could be a wonderful world. Oh, it could be a wonderful world. If we could consider each other a neighbor, a friend, or a brother, it could be a wonderful, wonderful world. It could be a wonderful world. Oh, it could be a wonderful world. One more time. If we could consider each other a neighbor, a friend, or a brother, it could be a wonderful, wonderful world. It could be a wonderful world. Oh, it could be a wonderful world. Oh, it could be a wonderful world.
Thank you, Avi. Oh, so wonderful, wonderful. And Jane is going to lead us in the flames of faith this morning.
Here we go. All right. Good morning, everybody. We perform this ceremony to acknowledge that all people and all faiths come from the one power, love, intelligence, which we call spirit or God. We honor the richness that comes from our shared diversity and bless the interwoven energy of the divine feminine and masculine. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples and the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the 7th candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the 8th candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the 9th candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
Blessed be. The reading today comes from the affiliated New Thought Network's New Thoughts for Today book, which is sort of a reading a day from various members of the affiliated New Thought Network, the Anton community. This one is by Gay Beauregard, who is currently the treasurer on the board of directors, and it's going to be read for us by Karen.
The title of the reading is True Success, and it begins with a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you into something else is the greatest accomplishment. Success is unique and personal to each individual. A self-defeating person looks outside themselves for motivation and confirmation. They may value their reputation. However, a reputation is just another people's opinions, which will vary from day to day. Successful people consult their own inner guidance in making life's choices. These people are more concerned with their character, which comes from their thoughts and their love inside, rather than their reputation. There is something to be learned from people and circumstances that cause us the most upset. Such people and circumstances are bringing to light something within us that needs to be addressed. It's what we don't face that controls us. You are what you believe about yourself. Thus, cultivating an appreciation for what you are and for who you are. For you are not your name, your body, your occupation, your race, or relationships. You are the silent observer behind your thoughts and feelings. You are an unlimited, infinite being placed here on earth as this particular moment in time to release the love that you are. When you come from your true self, you have a deep desire of inner peace, a deep sense of inner peace. Knowing that you are more than enough to handle life's challenges with integrity, confidence brings lasting and genuine success. What I am is enough. As I tune into my own special uniqueness, I realize that I have everything I need to enjoy total success and happiness right now. And for this, I am grateful. So it is. Amen.
There's a land that I see where the people are free, and I say it ain't far to this land from where we are. Take my hand, come with me, where the people are free. Come with me, take my hand, and we'll live in a land where the river runs free, in a land through the green country, in a land to the shining sea. And you and me are free to be, you and me. I see a land bright and clear, and the time's coming near when we'll live in this land, you and me, hand in hand. Take my hand, come along, lend your voice to my song. Come along, take my hand, sing the song. For shining sea, and you and me are free to be you and me. Take my hand, come with me where the children are free. Come with me, take my hand, and we'll live in a land where the river runs free, in a land with the green country, to a land with the shining sea, to the land where the horses run free, to the land where the people are free, and you and me are free to be you and me. And you and me are free to be you and me. And you and me are free to be you and me. And you and me are free to be you and me.
Thank you, Avi. Thank you so much. Oh, so we have a guest speaker today, and there's so many ways that I can describe Brock Ford. He is the chair of the membership committee at Anton. He's affiliated to New Thought Network, and he is doing an outreach ministry in California, which I'll tell you a little bit about. And perhaps the most exciting thing is his new show on the New Thought Media Network debuted this week. It's the Spiritual Toolkit. I'm not going to tell you anything about that. I'm going to let Brock Ford tell you about it himself. Please join me in welcoming Reverend Dr. Brock Ford.
Thank you very much, Bill. And thank you everyone for having me back. It's an honor and a blessing to be here. And I already feel like if I walked away right now, we all had church and had a great time. So, but hey, I've got something to say, so don't leave yet. But at any rate, thank you very much. So y'all, happy Pride, happy Father's Day, and happy Juneteenth tomorrow, right? I actually chose this topic because I believe that it encompasses every aspect of life and how we show up in the world. It's important as we celebrate diversity, LGBTQ+, civil and human rights. So 2 words, spirit and ethics. Such small, simple words for such big, important concepts, right? So spirituality allows us to develop a meaningful connection with something bigger than ourselves. Spirituality reminds us that our life is a divine gift with great value. And y'all, it points us to life's greater purpose. It teaches us that every one of us is connected in divine presence. So spiritual living is moving through life with an awareness that we are part of the connected universality of all that is around us. The knowledge that I am connected to everything, that spirit resides within me, is what got me through the tough times in my life, especially after I came out as gay at the age of 22. I have to take a deep breath sometimes even thinking about it. But as a young man growing up in Memphis, Tennessee, I had strong ties to my Southern Baptist family. Y'all, my grandfather was a Baptist minister, my mother the organist, and my aunt was the piano player. And about the age of 5, as best I can remember, I was told that I couldn't play with that little boy who had just moved in down the street, the first Black family in the neighborhood. Well, y'all, I went anyway with my truck in my hand. And a few minutes later, I guess it was, I was quickly dragged home by my grandpa, who gave me a whooping after we got back home and told me, you can't play with those people. I didn't understand that then. And I didn't feel that that was right in my heart. And then later in life, as a teenager, I learned that my family believed that gay people were an abomination, the worst sinners and worthy of death. And y'all, I kept very silent because deep inside I knew that I was one of those people too, and I didn't want to be exposed. At the age of 22, I did reveal my truth after being asked by my grandmother. Shattered my life and my family relationships from that day forward. I was assaulted by the men in my family and told to leave town. My family, except for my mother and my older sister, declared they would rather see me dead than to disgrace the family and my grandpa's church. So I sort of fled or moved, however you want to look at it, to Dallas, and I started a new life. I made a new family and eventually moved to San Francisco. And y'all, over the years with this personal history, I realized my mission is to support and show love to gay people, to help families learn how to have new relationships with their so-called different family members, and to make sure that every person of color knew that I loved them and supported them. And that's what my ministry has been about, helping others realize the divine within them, that they are loved, they are honored, and they are accepted. And I offer spiritual and ethical principles to help them create healing and their best life. So when we're in a state of spiritual living, we hold on to that light that spirituality shines on us, and we carry the warmth from that spark it has ignited inside us. We are guided and informed by spirit, and we can reflect on that warmth and light back into the world. We often describe the kinds of activities that are indicative of spiritual living with terms like love, compassion, patience, forgiveness, humility, and concern for others' well-being. And that's a big order. Moving through this world, behaving with kindness and compassion all the time, right? Well, I've got good news, y'all. It's easier than you might think, because the divine, however you experience it, is trying to embrace you too. As we nurture our spiritual strength and values, our connection to Creator from within us also grows, giving us the power we need to live an ethical life of purpose and fulfillment. And that's when, y'all, we can see the humanity in everyone that we meet. Our compassion grows, and we see that diversity is a blessing and a great richness in our world. Black, brown, white, gay, straight, trans, cisgendered, everyone is connected through spirit. So this is why the title of my message is Spiritual and Ethical Living, because I believe that spiritual and ethical living are linked together, supporting and growing each other in an internal cycle, just like parent and child. Spiritual living is ultimately a deeply personal search for an expression of God. It speaks to us internally, in our heart, in our head, and in our soul. Ethical living is the external expression of spiritual awareness and strength. It's how we project our spiritual growth outward into the world with our hands, our words, and our actions. So to live in the world ethically, it often requires spiritual work, accepting and embracing the truth of humanity's oneness, despite experiences we may or may not share. Remember how I said just a few seconds ago how spiritual and ethical living are connected, like parent and child? Can you see how connection to spirit, realizing our shared oneness, motivates us to live ethically and with compassion? Somebody shake your head, yes. Yes. So as we move ethically through life with love and empathy, our connection to spirit is deepened. And I believe this is also a beautiful message for Father's Day, the day we honor the dads who protect and provide for our most valuable resource, our children, and hopefully educating and, yes, sometimes correcting, but empowering, supporting, loving their children unconditionally, so they in turn go forth into the world as compassionate, capable, loving people. Y'all, this is the eternal cycle of spiritual and ethical living. So if you can find it in yourself to live in a state you know to be ethical, even if it's just a little bitty bit, smile, show compassion to a stranger, help someone without expecting a reward. And pride is a perfect opportunity to take these ethical steps. Remember, you can be an ally for LGBTQ folks. Let the light of the divine in you radiate your support. Look into the faces, as Bill said a few minutes ago, and see the people, see their humanity, see God in them. And as you honor their lives, you are living ethically. Begin to ask questions, to learn more about people, to understand them more fully. And this is how the spiritual and ethical circle grows and deepens and continues. And the benefit of ethical living, y'all, is astounding. Ethical living, which grows from our spirituality, teaches us empathy. Ethical living contains the essence of compassion and the desire to alleviate the suffering of others and to promote their well-being. Do you believe that? Thank you. I see some head shaking. When we are living ethically, we refrain from causing harm to others' experience of expectation or their happiness. We cultivate these values. We are living and growing spiritually in our heart and in our soul. And we are living and growing ethically in the world around us. So spiritual and ethical practice combines, when you put them together, y'all, transforms and perfects us. We become better human beings. And in doing so, we let our own unique light shine to all we encounter, leaving them with a blessing. While I was in seminary at Emerson, I read the book Ethics for the New Millennium by the Dalai Lama. This book gave me a roadmap to connect even deeper into the consciousness of the divine and the power of knowing that all good and power are within me. So my purpose is to support others in a deeper ethical way that encourages, that loves, and to see the face of God in others and their desire for happiness and good life. So I made a conscious decision to walk every single day, living deeply in spiritual and ethical principles. Because when I'm living in spiritual and ethical conduct, life is better. Amazing things happen. Transformation happens, and a great life happens. And y'all, that's what I'm believing for every one of us here today. Yes? Yes. So we can make the world a better place, y'all. I know that sounds like a slogan, but we can make the world a better place for everyone. Because when we recognize spirit as our whole being, our heart, our mind, and our thoughts, that particular belief changes our actions and the way we engage with others out in the world. No matter who they love, no matter their political views, no matter race or religious differences, it becomes easy to see the divine in everyone. So I suggest we ask ourselves this question as we move through our daily life. Am I behaving spiritually right now? Am I practicing the principles that I know to be spiritually true? And even more important, does my behavior ethically reflect what my spirituality teaches? So the key to this enlightenment, y'all, is uniting spiritual thought with ethical action. When we exhibit this practice in times of adversity, when faced with disagreements, we can offer tolerance, we can offer forgiveness, having a conversation versus getting all upset and having an argument. And the way to achieve this is truly practice being present with one another. Presence. We hear that a lot in New Thought. But being present with someone, that mindful, empathetic act, no matter the label of gay, bi, straight, trans, y'all, it creates a place of healing. It creates a place of connection. And this is how we learn to navigate our life in a way that uplifts and encourages and supports others. I know that in New Thought, we don't discriminate against anyone, right? We see everyone as the perfect spiritual child of God. And in Scripture, Jesus said to love one another. Jesus said to love one another. To me, that's it. It's pretty clear, right? Love one another. However, the LGBTQ community and other communities as well are still being targeted, disenfranchised, and condemned. As a result, it's imperative, I believe, that Pride continues to gain even greater awareness, visibility, equality, and integration. So I ask you today, what would happen if you made it your practice to show up as your best self every single day, offering love, offering encouragement to those you love and to those you don't even know? What would that look like? Can you get a sense of that? How would that feel in your soul and in your heart? Just take a deep breath with me real quick. What would it look like and feel to you to show up as your best self every day, encouraging people? So I encourage you to take your spiritual and ethical practice and put it into the form, put it into work, actually, in the form of loving kindness. Put your actions and words to the test. Y'all, it's sort of like we're in school right now. Does it bring about harmony for others? Does it hurt anybody? The words and the actions that you're taking, does it hurt anyone? Does it support people? Because I support you, each and every one of you here today, living in spiritual and ethical behavior, passionately and intentionally. And y'all, sometimes we have to make that intention when we get up to do that, because it's not always just something that we do. So allow love to rise up in you. Let compassion flow from you. See, feel, and experience the humanity of all of us. And you will be transformed, y'all. And not only that, you will and can be the conduit, the vehicle of transformation for others to have this enlightenment. So let someone know that you love them and support the LGBTQIA plus community this month and every day going forward. With that said, are you ready to go out into the world with your spiritual and ethical hat on, honoring all people and making a difference today? Yes. Shake your head so I can see you. Yes. So I encourage you, take whatever one word or syllable or a phrase that you got from me today. And the most important thing is to show your love, to show that you're an ally during this month and every day for people that are disenfranchised. And know that the love you show and the love that you put out comes back to you 100-fold. Honor all people. Happy Pride. And so it is. Thank you, y'all, for letting me speak today.
of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yeah, yeah, I see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the skies, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the skies, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yeah, yeah, and I think to myself, what a wonderful
Thank you, Avi. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much. It is a wonderful world. And thank you, Brock, for that message. Very, very inspiring. I was taking notes. So much jumped out at me. And I've got the privilege and the honor now to lead us in a meditation. And I had a couple of things, but then you had a little experiential thing for us, so we're gonna build on that. So thanks for teeing that up. You made my job really easy. Yeah, and I did want to take a moment just to acknowledge this idea of Father's Day, and not everyone has the relationship they want to have or wanted to have with their father, so it can be bittersweet sometimes. So I just, want to take a moment to acknowledge that we're all having our own experience and moving through this ideas of compassion and growth. And, my father was a stern man. And at times I did not like him. And we sort of came to terms when he passed. But there's things that I still wish I had said that I didn't say. So, it's in my heart and my consciousness. And so happy Father's Day to everyone. All right, so let's get into some meditation. So I invite you to just get settled wherever you are. I like to sit with my feet flat, my back straight, and close your eyes and allow them to go to a soft focus. And just be here in this moment. We're going to take a series of deep breaths. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. We'll breathe in deeply. Hold for just a moment. Let a little tension build, and then exhale fully. And feel yourself relax. And with each exhale, we'll relax even more. We're breathing in deeply. Hold. And exhale. Feel yourself relax. And just be. Again, breathe in deeply. Hold. Hold just a little longer. And exhale. Feel yourself relax even more. One last deep breath in. And a little more. Hold. And exhale. Oh, you feel that? You feel that relaxation, that letting go, that release. Just lean into that. Allow your breath to find an even, gentle pace, whatever's comfortable for you. How would it feel to show up as your best self? Don't think about it. Feel it. Never mind what someone else might say, or how others might react, or any of that self-conscious chatter. So how does it feel to be your best self? To walk through life as your highest and best expression of that infinite divine spark that you are. Open your heart to that feeling. Say to yourself within, I am my best self. Don't judge that. Don't think about it. Just feel it. I am my best self. Imagine taking that out into the world. Your light shining everywhere you go. I am my best self. As we go into the silence, just live in that feeling. Allow it to wash over you, to infill you, to lift you. Feel your best self.
all things are possible. That's why it's called infinite. We are each filled with that infinite divine spark. It is possible to be our best selves. Picture it, feel it, know it. We can live at our highest and best. And that grows and is multiplied when another person adds into that. We all live at our highest and best. Imagine the wonderful world we would live in. And being filled with that light and that joy and that spirit, it just infuses everything else. It is all possible. Because that divine love and that divine light works in us, through us, and as us. See beyond the world and know the truth of who we are and what our possibilities are, what our power is. Claim that power. Live that power. Be that light. I know that each and every one of us has the capability. Each and every one of us has that capability. Take a deep breath. Shrug your shoulders. Move around a little bit. Wiggle your hands, feet. Come back into the room as Avi plays another song for us.
Love is but a song to sing, and fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring, or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, and you may not know why. Come on, people, now, smile on each other, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some may come and some may go, we will surely pass. When the one that left us here returns for us at last. We are but a moment, sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people, now, smile on each other, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. I say, come on, people, now, smile on each other, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. If you hear the song I sing, you will understand. You hold the key to love and fear all in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both, it's there at your command. Come on,
Thank you, Avi. Thank you, Avi. And thank you, Brock and Breen and Joe and everybody for bringing such richness and warmth and insight for today. This is part of our program where we get to acknowledge the seeds that have been planted and what's germinating, what's coming up for you. So if you have an inspiration, something that you'd like to give voice to, go ahead and wave your hand as Jesus is demonstrating, and we get to share on what's coming up for us. And Brock, when you were speaking and talking about bringing our best self, I was reminded that there are some times in my life when I can be reminded of what my not best self is, and a lot of times it has to do with other drivers. And people can do something and just get me into judgment and reaction, sometimes righteously, sometimes just angrily. But it's wonderful, to notice that I don't always have it together, and that lets me be more compassionate for other people who I would clearly be judging as not having it together, because there's a possibility. Jesus.
Thank you, Rev. Thank you, Dr. Brock Ford, for that talk. Wonderful. It also reminds me going back to 92 when I was a director of a Christian program, and under my care, I had some gay clients. Wonderful. And to the Christian teaching and all that, it brought that separation. And I had surgery in my knee one time, and one of my clients was gay. We didn't talk about nothing like that, because it was a taboo in those times. And he was the one that took care of me, gentle. And one of my best singer, and the guy that was in charge of the choir was also gay, Well, we didn't talk about that neither, but loving. And I said, how can, I was a little, but I treat them done with respect, with love, but I also wanted everybody to treat them like that, but that was not really possible until I got to the teaching of New Thought, and then I saw the inclusiveness, and that's how I fell in love with New Thought, because everybody's welcome, everybody's one, and that brought me to this point. And I saw the freedom, and also with the women's, that I had one of the from United, the ones that give us the funds, and it was a woman that was, used nice makeup and all that, but through my board of directors, they didn't consider her a Christian or nothing like that, and she was the one that gave me confidence, and I went through the first Hispanic Leadership Development Program, which 20 years or 25 years after that, my son was part of that, and he went to Puerto Rico, and so I see in New Thought a lot of inclusiveness, and I love it, I love it, and I don't gotta hide my love for the gay community or all that, so, and it's a reminder today, the way you spoke, the way you brought it about, because you've been through the experience and all that. And, my thing is like nothing compared to what you went through, living it and going through it and coming stronger than what you went through it. So that's really remarkable. And I appreciate on the talk and your openness about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, thank you so much. And a quick shout out, he wasn't here when we welcomed first timers. Reverend Ben is dropping in from Aiken, South Carolina. He's the newest member of the affiliated New Thought Network. So it's nice to have you here with us today. Yeah, everybody's saying welcome, welcome. We were having a conversation. This is back when we were meeting at the CA house. So it was in the before 2020. And the conversations we were setting up, there was discussion that some spiritual communities, including New Thought communities, have a difficult time with diversity. They tend towards all the same sorts of people. And I looked around the room. I think some of you might have heard this story before. And I said, well, all right, in this room, we've got male and female. We've got trans. We've got Black and white and Hispanic and Asian. The youngest was 18 years old. The oldest was in their 80s. And there were only 9 people there. There are only 9 people in the room at that point. And it's about being okay. It's about being inclusive, about, opening up our arms wide and let's have a hug. Let's have a hug. Let's come in and be present with each other and for each other. So thank you all. And go spread some of that out, like Brock was telling us. Bring that into the world with you just a little bit today. And Dina has reminded me that there is some news that's going on for us. Bernard Sarkisian, one of our favorite musicians, was in the hospital this week. He had a turn in his health, and so he is home on hospice at this point. So if some of you have known about that, and for the rest of you, just wanted to put that out there, that we get to hold him in the light, highest and best unfolding for him and for his wife and for his family, and let that beautiful music that he is live in your heart. We've got Carla Ann, who's going to lead us in the offering now.
Can I say something for the other part first?
Sure. I didn't see. Oh, your hand is up in the corner. I didn't see that. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. But such a beautiful service. Thank you to everyone. And Brock, I am so sorry for your experiences of your youth. And if it had to happen, I'm glad it led you to this and led you to us. It was wonderful hearing all of your words. And I'm on this job hunt, and it started on December 27th officially, and it's taking much longer than I expected. But one of the blessings that comes from it is I've gotten to spend a lot of time with a lot of 20-somethings because I'm hostessing at my friend's restaurant. And they're all just so beautiful, and it's really very easy to love on them. And last night, I was having a conversation with my fellow hostess, and I brought up Emerson. And then the reading today was exactly what we were talking about. I already texted Karen, and she's going to send it to me so I can share with this young woman that's going through a lot, And it's just so beautiful. It's just all so beautiful. And, 95% of the time, I'm really highly capable of giving out a lot of compassion and a lot of love. So I don't really look at the 5% of the time that I'm not so much, because I feel like I have good odds. But I guess to bring my best self, I have to look at that 5%. So thank you, Brock, for helping me to see that. And Avi, you rock. You're awesome. And you're all beautiful. Thank you. Okay. And speaking of love, New Thought Philadelphia is all about spreading the love. Our community is supported by your contributions. The gifts you share helps fund our work in the world, and the way you shine your light spreads the love. We are grateful for every way you share. We don't have a basket today, but there's a donate button on the website to make a donation by credit card or PayPal. You can also mail a check to our office in Ardmore, and there's Zelle and Cash App and all the other ones. The offering affirmation is on the screen. We'll say the affirmation together. I live
in an abundant universe.
I am
And
one
with the infinite source of all good.
I
I'm
am
a
a
Center of conscious prosperity.
enjoy the
Enjoy the richness of life.
I bless
Bless my gift.
I
Share my gift with gratitude and joy. And know that as I give, I do receive.
And so it is.
So it is. Deep gratitude. Go ahead and mute your mic one more time, and Avi is going to take us home.
Take us on home. Well, it is a pleasure and an honor to be the one to take us home today. And I was out at Philly Pride. Was it a week ago or 2 weeks ago now with my friends, and speaking on the themes that we've been talking about of being our best selves and being proud of who we are and seeing the light and love in everyone, being out at Pride and just seeing everyone revel in who they were in that moment, right? And being dressed up and being in either being in costume or just being themselves, being in makeup or just being natural, but everybody just celebrating who they were and celebrating who everybody was really, really beautiful. And today was also a beautiful celebration of that. And it's good when we can come together in community and celebrate that beauty in each other as well. And one of the ways that I know how to do that is with music. So even as we stay muted, I hope you will join me in a closing song that I love to close out with. It's a song that I wrote called Pass Over, that even when we're feeling down and maybe not as proud of ourselves as we should or down on the world, that that feeling will pass and we can help each other get through it together, even by singing. So here we go. Let's sing together. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will pass and there will be sun, sun, sun. Yes, this dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will pass and there will be sun, sun, sun. A storm's about to appear, and not a thing will be dry. But the skies, they always clear. It's just a matter of time. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will pass, and there will be sun, sun, sun. We're stuck with nowhere to go. It's quite a disheartening thing, but instead of getting low, let's get together and sing. Let's sing. And this dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will pass, and there will be sun, sun, sun. Said this dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will pass, and there will be sun, sun, sun. I see you're feeling blue. Life's not how you want it to be. So until the sun shines through, you can sing along with me. Let's sing. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will pass, and there will be sun, sun, sun. Said this dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will pass, and there will be sun, sun, sun. Said this dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will soon pass over. This dark cloud will pass, and there will be sun, 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 sun.
Thank you, Avi. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for being here. What a wonderful day today. What a wonderful opportunity to be that bright light of love that we are. And here's a suggestion and a possibility. If there's a family member or a neighbor or a friend or a coworker who you suspect might not be completely on board with your particular flavor of spirituality, consider coming out, showing off who you are, letting your truth, letting your light, letting your love shine. And if you don't feel like doing that, then let that be some guidance on how you can support other people who've gone through a challenging experience just like that. So we're going to close with a little raucous noise together. Go ahead and unmute your microphone so that you can repeat along with me. I am love.
I am love.
I am light.
I am light.
I let my light shine.
I let my light shine.
I let my love flow.
I let my love flow.
Everybody know.
And I let
Everybody
everybody
know.
know.
Everybody
know.
And so it
Everybody
is.
know.
And
So it is.
So it is.
So it is.
Woohoo.
Oh, Brock, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Happy Father's Day, guys.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank you.
Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Great to be with
Father's
all of
Day.
you again.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
all.
It's a great dedication, Kelly Bree.
Love you.
Bye, y'all. I'm headed to my next church.
No waiting. Have a great day. Thank you, Brock.
Bye. Love y'all. Thank you.
Dina,
Yeah.
do you know if there will be a memorial service for Bernard?
I have been, I actually think he already passed.
Yeah.
I
He
think.
did.
Yeah. And I was trying to find all the things. I haven't heard anything. I texted his wife, Tamara, and I got something back, just, thank you. But I haven't heard anything else. I think we'll probably have to wait for Facebook to tell us.
Yeah.
Made me so sad.
I know.
Really sad.
He was such a kind soul, really. Like just, yeah.
Oh
Mhm.
God. An amazing musician, amazing light. And yeah, made me very sad.
Yeah.
But did you know him before he was here at New Thought Philly?
No, but I like that his last name was so familiar that when the first time that he came to play at New Thought, I was like, or the first time I saw him, I thought that name sounds really familiar to me.
Mhm.
And so I asked him afterwards, and it just turns out like he was raised in the same area that I was raised in. So we had that in common. Yeah.
I see. I thought you had some connection. Yeah, he was one of the winners of my Philly Songwriters Project contest. And so we've been, doing this thing for many, many years. And yeah. I'm happy he did so many Facebook Lives because
Yes.
his music is still there. And
Well, it's weird because I'm up in my studio right now.
yeah.
And I literally found this CD the other day. I thought I lost this CD when we bought our truck and turned in the old car, because I lost some of my New Thought musician CDs that were in that car.
Yeah.
And so I just happened upon this, and it was like, how weird is that?
Yeah.
He
had a tough, health life, very,
Yeah.
but he was just always like so present and so beautiful.
Yeah.
I will miss him very much.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for all of our loss, but you have a close relationship. I'm very sorry, Dina.
Yeah. Okay.
And Rev, can I talk to you for a few minutes, either now or like right before?
All right. Have a good week,
We'll
everybody.
drop off.
Hi,
See you
guys.
guys.
Yep.
Which is-
Yeah, let me wrap some stuff up here. I'll give you a call.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yep.